Meghan Markle's half-sister has described the media as vultures and says their father has been portrayed unfairly by the press. She was speaking following reports that Thomas Markle will not be walking Meghan down the aisle when she marries Prince Harry in Windsor on Saturday. It comes after he apparently worked with photographers to stage photos of him being measured for his wedding suit.
The mistake that he made was refusing to do interviews and allowing the media to absolutely rake him over the coals to the extent that he was defenseless and they had distorted his image. It was entirely unjust, and I think he had the right to defend himself and get to the point where he wanted to say, no, they have an obligation, an ethical obligation to allow me to be portrayed as I am, living a healthy lifestyle, not caught in unflattering positions as media vultures had done, and that was the goal.
Joining us now from Belfast is celebrity psychologist Arthur Cassidy. Hello, Arthur. Thank you for joining us on Sky News this afternoon. How is Meghan going to be feeling today?
Meghan will definitely be feeling a mixture of emotions. There will be extreme anxiety and stress, simply because she really does want her father to be here, Kay, with her. I mean, after all, this is a royal occasion. It's the case of his daughter's marriage. So there will be human motivation for her to really want her dad to be with her. Having said all of that, Prince Harry would also be concerned about this too. He's concerned about her emotions and feelings with regards to the current reports of her father and the ambiguity of whether or not he will make it. And I plead with him that he really does come. But there is that mixed motive situation. He would be motivated to come, but also motivated to avoid this incredible negative publicity and the paparazzi.
There must be some concern within the royal family about what might happen if he does change his mind and come.
I believe, Kay, that the royal family would be prepared for all outcomes in this situation. This is a major celebrity occasion, but above all, it's a royal occasion, and this really does bring added measures. And also, one has got to take this into perspective, that this is a man who is not used to this type of performance in the view of millions around the world. And he's had 40 years in the light entertainment industry as film director and lighting director, but he's been very happy living his life in Mexico as a recluse. But we do have this health situation imbued with all sorts of situations with regards to whether or not his medical staff will allow him to travel to London or not. So I was just reading recently this morning in press that the prince would be very concerned about this, and perhaps they might feel guilty about this. And the reality of it is that if one's dad does suffer a health issue like this, then one has got to be very gracious and understand that whilst they want him to really to be here, it might not be possible.
It's going to be hard for Meghan, though, isn't it? I mean, she's not a royal yet. She will be on Saturday. She's going to feel under a lot of pressure. The eyes of the world are going to be on her at the weekend. Every girl wants her father to walk them down the aisle, but then she sees what he's been up to, and she must have mixed emotions about whether she wants him to come.
You're quite right, Kay. I mean, there are a plethora of human emotions here. We have the jealousy from her own siblings and half-siblings. We have many other aspects of the joy, the elation, mixed with the sadness. And so she's trying to cope with all of those strategies. And she is well seasoned in film. We do know that as a celebrity. And so, but yet in all, she is human, very human. And Meghan will experience now, I would imagine, very strong emotional reactions about whether her dad will be here or not. And those will be mixed with the elation and the joy of having all her friends from suits with her. So we're getting a broad range, Kay, of the human emotions here flowing right through her mindset.
How do you think he'll be feeling?
I think he'll be feeling, her father will really be feeling, a sense of embarrassment. He will be embarrassed by what has happened. But at the same time, this is a case where we have mixed motives. He will be motivated. He will really want to be with his daughter in St. George's Chapel. And I believe that is fervently true. This is actually the way he will feel. At the same time, the other motives are pulling him back to saying, no, don't go, because he's a man of dignity. He's a man who's still very emotionally vulnerable. And I think we have to allow him that grace and dignity and respect at this time and say if he prefers not to embarrass the royal family. We all do make mistakes in life, and I feel that Meghan and Prince Harry at least would be, and the royal family would be very understanding of the man's emotionality in this paparazzi situation.
Okay, Arthur Cassidy, good to talk to you. Thanks for joining us on Sky News this afternoon. Thank you. I was asked actually earlier on today, if not her father, then who should walk Meghan down the aisle? Some people suggested her mother. I suggested another man. Any ideas who it might be? Actually, I've done an interview with the Metro newspaper on Friday to promote our coverage here on Sky News on Saturday. So if you want to know who I think should walk her down the aisle, check that out.